5 to 7 minutes.
F-E-A-R. What does that spell? It spells fear. Now, what does fear exactly mean? My good old friend Merriam-Webster said, fear is the belief that someone or something is dangerous. Now, let me repeat that. The belief that someone or something is dangerous. Now, that one word, belief, changes the whole sentence. Because when you believe something, your mind thinks that it is true. But in reality, it's actually not. So let's go back to the sentence. Fear is your mind thinking that someone or something is dangerous or poses a threat to your well-being, but it's actually not dangerous. It's not going to hurt you. So, and many people are different. Everybody's different. Many people have their own fears. Some people are afraid of water. Some people are afraid of heights, spiders, anything. Personally, I know I'm afraid of, right now I'm afraid of two things. Giant food and the fear of failure. Now the first one, fear of giant food. I know many of you know the show SpongeBob.
Oh.
So in one episode of SpongeBob, there was these giant Krabby Patties terrorizing the town, running amok, and one of those giant Krabby Patties ate my favorite character, SpongeBob. From that moment, I was traumatized, and I hated giant food ever since. So I essentially have a fear of giant food. But that's my mind thinking that every time I see giant food, I will get eaten. But in reality, I'm not going to get eaten. I'm going to eat the giant food. Now, my second fear, the fear of failure. Failing to ask a girl out. Failing to make a shot in basketball. Failing at life. Now, if I go and do these things, and the girl says no, I am poor, not poor, but I fail at life, I'm not going to get denied from heaven. And if I miss a shot in basketball, I'm not going to break every bone and die on the spot. So this just shows you that my mind made up this false reality that I'm going to be injured or dead after I do these things. But in reality, I'm not. So everybody has their own fears. But with these fears, we have to fight against those. We have to attack them head on. And I have a 3-step plan to help all of us. First, we must find our fear. Because right now, I know I have 2 fears. But I might be afraid of many other things. But we have to each find our own fear. And after we find it, we have to formulate a plan. Then when we formulate a plan, we know how to attack our fear. Then after we formulate the plan, we gotta fight it. We have to fight our fear. So the 3-step plan is find it, formulate a plan, and then fight it. And we have to fight it, or else we'll be as small as a bug, never rising above our current state. We'll make every excuse to refuse and not take a stand. But if you do fight, you'll be as free as a kite, with no string, fearing no one and no thing. Thank you.
Thank you, Nasir. That was a really inspirational speech on fear. Cool. All right. Next speaker, we have Tyler Burnette, speaking from the Competent Communicator, which I can't communicate today. Competent Communicator Manual, speech number 5, The Body Speaks, 5 to 7 minutes. Oh, sorry. Also, before we get into that, please fill out your feedback slips. It's very helpful to the speakers, and pass it on down to the bin so that later on they can be collected and given to the speaker. Okay, without further ado. we'll have Tyler Burnette to the stage.
What verb, Nasir? That was great. That's supposed to be a nice verb.
Beautiful.
Body language. Body language is one of the most essential languages that we speak unconsciously. My dress, my talk, the way I hold myself, the way I don't hold myself, it all matters. Everything we do, whether it's business, friendships, relationships, body language says it all without saying a thing. For instance, if I'm on a date with somebody and I like what's going on, kind of lean into it, you know? So I like what they're having to say, right? But, you know, maybe she talks about the 20 cats she has, and then I'm more like, oh, well, maybe not. Body language can say so many things without saying a word. And not only body language, but our appearance too. Everything about our outer appearance reflects our values, beliefs, and thoughts. This is the iceberg. The world does not see this. They see that. So through your outer appearance, you can project your values, beliefs, thoughts, and intentions. And because us as creatures, we subconsciously, all the time, when looking at somebody's body language, we're constantly interpreting what is really going on beneath the surface. So my ask of you is, how do you see yourself? How do you use your body language? Do you really think about it? Do you? Because you should. If I go into an interview, I'm slumped over, I just got broken up with, and all of that. Everything's just going down. And I go up to my employer, hey man, I really need a job. You ain't gonna really want to necessarily give me a job? Probably not. I'm not confident. That's pretty harsh, right? But it is what it is. And so the objective of my speech today is body language. And so the best way for me to portray to you how the body speaks is to talk about it. So not only are there conscious body language actions, like leaning in towards my date, or leaning away, there's also unconscious. When you look at somebody or something, say it's a cheeseburger, or maybe, Pamela Anderson, I don't know, whatever pleases you. Maybe it's, a new Chevy Camaro. Your eyes actually dilate. And it's unconscious. You cannot control that at all. Also, your thought processes are controlled by your body. When I'm standing up, my body's on the go, on the go, on the go, on the go. This has been proven. But when I'm sitting down, it is actually a more stationary state. Your mind settles. You can think clearly, less impulsive, like standing up. there are actually stand-up rooms in corporations today that utilize this state of mind. Literally, it's just a room with a table in the middle, and you go in there and you think. So the power of body language is huge in everything, like I said. So my question is, since this is me, this is how I want to portray myself to you, as professional as I can, who are you? Thank you.
Awesome speech about body language. Now I'm going to think about every single unconscious motion I do throughout the day and be embarrassed. But, fabulous. Okay, so our last speaker is, oh, sorry, real fast, I'm going to forget again. Go ahead and fill out some feedback for the speaker, pass it on down to the tray, or if people pass the tray down, don't hog it. But yeah, just so that we can collect them and get them to the speaker. Okay, we'll have our third speaker to the stage, Tyler Chan, doing the Competent Communicator Manual speech number 9, one dream, one wheel, 5 to 7 minutes. Woo!
No spoilers, guys. No spoilers. Okay. Good evening, my fellow Toastmasters. This is my 3rd year at UGA. My 3rd year having to walk up and down the hills in what feels like a 100-degree sweatbox. My 3rd year of being sardined into UGA buses with smelly students that refuse to shower. My 3rd year of having to deal with this daily vision. I already have knee pains, daily fatigue, and overtanning. So I've been thinking to myself, there must be a solution to my issues. And several months ago, I think I found it. The one wheel. Alright, so what is the one wheel? Well, it is a blend of motion sensing technology and battery and motor technology, like in a Tesla, to combine to create something like a land surfboard or snowboard. It was created by a man named Kyle Dorson. And he is from Stanford. He's an engineer, and he was inspired to make this because he was like, I really like Back to the Future. That hoverboard was pretty tight. But then he was also thinking every day when he would walk to meetings or anything like that, it'd be like a 1 to 2 mile commute. And he would think, there's got to be a faster way, a quicker way, and a more fun way of completing that commute. And that is where the one wheel comes in. So, how does this work? Oh, okay. So this is how it works. It's kind of intuitive. So you step on it, and then wherever direction you lean, that's where it will go. So it's kind of like a skateboard. You go on it sideways. The farther you lean forward, the faster it goes. And to brake, you just lean back. And when you lean back far enough, it will reverse. You see these LEDs right here. So you can use at night. Whatever direction you're going forward in, it will switch to either white, and then in the back it'll be red. So it's like headlights and taillights. It's pretty cool. So you're probably thinking a little bit, kind of tricky, like something you've never seen before. They have sensing technology within the paddles that you step on and in the motor to help with balance. So I've seen kids on YouTube actually learn how to use this within just a minute. So the one for me, I think I can probably figure it out. So that's why I've been considering maybe getting one of these. So what's the pros about this? Well, we'll start with just usability. In Athens, you can't go like 100 feet without encountering a hill or like a pothole. So every time you say use a skateboard, it takes more work going uphill, and then you go too fast going downhill. And the second you hit a pothole, wipe out. Scrapes, bruises, broken ankles, everything. But if you use a one wheel, you can control your ascent and descent around these hills. And potholes, not a problem, it just bounces right off. It's all good. Second thing, it is built like a tank and can go on any kind of terrain. So you can use on the road. You can also use it in the woods, on water, off a cliff, or even through fire. Yeah, insane. I wouldn't recommend it though, because lithium batteries, it could explode. Okay. Don't worry about that. So, wherever it goes, it will get you there whenever you need. And it can go 90 miles an hour for 5 to 7 miles. And it takes only 20 minutes for it to fully charge. Pretty good. Its reliability is there. Finally, one of the best pros is that it's portable. So if you have a car or something like that, you have to park it. If you have a bike, you have to chain it to a rack. But if you have a one wheel, you can just get to your place and just take it in with you. And if you have an apartment or a dorm, which most of us live in, you just chuck it in the corner. It doesn't really take up that much space. It's only about this big. But there are a few cons and a few costs to using and owning a one wheel. Firstly, this kind of relates to portability. Portability. So you saw, let me go back actually. So you saw that there's a lot of parts to a wheel. There's a main hub motor in the middle, it's encased by a go-kart tire. It has an aluminum body and some panels with lithium batteries. All that put together, it's around 20 pounds, which means it's kind of hard if you're weak like me to hold it with one hand. But you can work out it, like you said. But for me, probably not. Another thing is that, let's say it's the cost. There's no other way of really saying this, but it costs $1,500. Oh, wow. Yeah, $1,500. It's basically the same price as a low or mid-tier MacBook Pro. So it's worth a lot of money.
Or a car.
Or a crappy car. And also, another thing is that it's the first of its kind. So there is a bit of a learning curve. I've only done mountain biking before, which is not really near like skateboarding, surfing, or snowboarding. So if I were to get one of these, I'd probably wipe out a few times within the first month. And no one liked wiping out. Okay, so that leads me to where I am now. The limbo of decision-making process. To buy or not to buy? Well, if I were to use this on a daily commute, on a daily basis, would it be worth getting to resolve all my everyday issues of sweaty kids on the bus and the hot sun? Well, this is where it gets a little biased, because I have one final argument